Welcome to Qimen Dunjia. Hello, my name is Dougles Chan. I am the Qimen teacher. I teach people how to use Qimen Dunjia to change their life, to change their destiny. And today I'm going to use this video to explain to you and give you a case study of how do we read a Bazi using Qimen destiny under Qimen Dunjia. So this is the chart of one person which is born in 1992, January 17. So in order to, based on this chart, to understand the person, there'll be two sections. Two sections in terms of this understanding a person's character, and another section is understanding the relationship between the person and the other categories related to business, wealth, indirect wealth, direct wealth, relationship, academy, etc., etc. So what happens is this. To understand the person's character, we have to look at the reference point. The reference point is we need to see the four pillars. This is called the four pillars over here. And there's one symbol that we need to look at it, which is called the day stamp over here. So this is the day stamp where we need to take reference to. So in this aspect, this is called a ren. This symbol represented by the name of ren. So ren. And we take reference of this ren in the 9 of the boxes over here to see where is the ren in terms of representation. So this is the ren over here. There's one in box number 4. And there's another one which is in box number 9. So in this aspect, box number 4 and box number 9 actually represents the character of the person. The character of the person. So if you see the different symbol over here, we have let us zoom further in. We have a leader, we have an open, we have a fearless, we have a serpent, rest, problem, and the minister. So do not take the word literally in terms of representation, because every one of the symbols technically is being translated from Chinese. So sometimes the translation may not be appropriate. So we just need to understand every symbol represent what is the meaning. And of course, question is, why is there a toolbox? Two of the boxes represent two different stages of their life. So in this aspect, this 9 itself, number 9 itself, represent the stage whereby before 35 years old. And then box number 4 is anything that is after 35 years old. But the reference point of 35 years old not necessarily have to be 35 years old. It's just an indication. Sometimes it can be 30 years old, it can be 32 years old, or 40 years old, depending on a lot of other external factors. But it's just a reference point. So what I'm trying to say is this. Box number 9, all this information will be his character in the beginning all the way until 35 plus years old. After that, his character will change to box number 4, whereby he'll become a leader, an open, and a fearless person. So that is kind of representation. So we have to understand that this is only an indication, it's not a definite. Okay, so anyhow, let's decipher this information regarding this box 4 and 9. So serpent itself, this serpent, somebody who is actually pretty worried. That means he or she is always worrying about things, regardless of whether is it genuine or valid. So he worries about anything and everything in life. And of course, this restore represents somebody who is actually do not like to compete with people, very chill, very relaxed person. And this Tian Rui meaning this is a problem star. Don't take it as this is a problem itself, but it represents somebody who is stubborn, who is easygoing, humble, and may like to dream. So during this, before 35 years old, he will have this character itself. There's another star which is a Tian Qing, that means minister star, meaning that this person is able to, if he were to be a leader, he's going to able to have the capacity to lead a lot of people in terms of few hundreds or few thousand people. But question is whether he got the opportunity. That's another story. But of course, after that 35 years old, his energy will transform from box number 9 and all the way to box number 4, where he will have a major character of this leader, open and fearless. So let me explain what does leader, open and fearless stand for. So a leader person, meaning that this person who is a very good leadership, likes to take lead, but do not like to listen to people. And of course, this person who is pretty open enough, and because of this openness, meaning that he's a very friendly person, he likes to approach people. You always have a very good and open-minded person. So when you are with such kind of people who is an open person, in terms of the representation, not an open person, but the open for this particular symbol, where you will like to enjoy talking to him. You feel very good talking to this kind of people. Okay, so there's another representation for this fearless. Fearless equals to this, in Chinese we call it Tian Ying. So it's also somebody who is very easily agitated, very temperamental. So small little things, when you were to trigger this person, he will be very, very easily get angry. So this is the representation of his character after 35 years old. So box number 9 and box number 4 is an overall character. So majority of the energy will be here when he's 35. And after that, majority of the energy after 35 will be here. And after 35, he will still have this energy of this box number 9, but percentage will be lesser. So, but before 35 years old, he will also have this particular energy of a leader, open and the fearless, but the percentage will be lesser before 35 years old. Okay, so this is the basic character of this person who was born in 1992, January 17. So let us look at the individual relationship between this person and his career, his wealth, etc., etc. Let's look at their relationship in terms of marriage. Okay, so marriage, there's a symbol that represents, okay, marriage over here. So marriage-wise, when this, we can see that this marriage, box number 7, is a representation for marriage, which is the partner. And we have an injury over here. We have a doctor over here. So it seems that the injury is a very nasty dot to be associated with. So meaning that in terms of marriage-wise, there's a potential being hurt. That means the whole marriage can be hurt in terms of physically or mentally in this aspect. Of course, we can see a doctor over here, so likelihood there'll be a third-party consultant that's trying to help to salvage the marriage. Well, in terms of whether they will get divorced, that's another story, because we can look at different things. So let's look at the energy itself. When the fire itself, this is actually the box number 9 is a fire element, because we can see based on this red symbol over here. This fire itself, when he's young, this person, he will actually control this marriage, meaning that if he were to get married young, he will actually control the marriage, whereby the person, the spouse itself, may not like to be controlled. So that's something whereby you have to be very mindful about. Next, after 35 years old, if he were to get married, his marriage will be whole. The relationship will be this metal itself and this wood itself, which means that this marriage is a metal element and this himself is a wood element. So the marriage actually clashes with him. So he will not enjoy the marriage itself after 35 years old. So technically speaking, his life itself will be full of agony. He will not enjoy the relationship with the spouse. So technically it's quite dangerous. So there's something whereby we also have to be a bit more careful is this. You see this particular symbol called the Ting itself. A Ting is representing a third-party woman, third-party lady. So in this case itself, I may suspect that this person, the failure in marriage is likely to be the third-party woman that is involving, provided that this person is actually a guy. So, and we also have this particular symbol, which is called the Wu. Wu represent money. So I can also safely say that this person can be quite rich in his life. So he's not person that is poor. So the chances of him having a lot of money will be quite high. Okay, so that is the basic relationship between himself and the marriage itself. Okay, next we look at the business itself. This is a business representation, which is a life. So in his life itself, when he's young, before 35 years old, he will go after the money, which means that he's always chasing after money. That's where he will be able to make some money in this aspect. And as we go along, when he goes to 35 years old, this is where this is the energy of the business itself. So wood, and this is wood, represented by green color. This is earth, and he will actually able to control the business itself. So meaning that because of his leadership, because of the ability to socialize very well, he's able to manage and control his business. Not really very prosperous. He will still have money, but he will have a lot of challenges in this aspect because there's a gun over here. This can represent an enemy, represent a competitor. So any business that he goes to, there'll be a lot of issues, there'll be a lot of challenges, but he will still make money. That is something whereby it's very interesting. And of course, in business itself, he will have a lot of distinct representation, meaning that his business will have a lot of third-party women, a lot of women that's surrounding him. So he could be going into business related to women's business, clothing, cosmetic, jewelries, anything related to women. Okay, so this is the representation for his business. So next we go into something related to career. This is represent a career, which is the open door. So in this aspect, he will have a very good career when he's young, before 35 years old. It's over here, the career is over here. The career always going towards him. He will have a lot of good opportunity in terms of this career, because there will be good leaders among him to lead him, to guide him along. So as you go after 35 years old, his energy will move to here, which means that the open door is actually side by side with him. So can also means that this person is actually very, very good in terms of this career. Opportunity is fantastic. He will have a good boss. He can be a good boss also if you want to be, a good leader. So that is a very good sign for him if he were to work for people. So comparatively between business and career, I would suggest that he will go for a career working for people, because the stars, the doors, and the God itself over there in the symbol is actually very in harmony with him comparatively to business. So that is the basic representation and interpretation of this Bazi destiny under Qimen Dunjia. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about Qimen Dunjia, come to my classes and I can teach you more in this.